Everybody, welcome back to TerraFirmaCraft Season 5, Episode 116 with me, Sid, and last episode, oh, need to sleep, hang on, let me just eat. We achieved what I consider to be something almost miraculous by the simple expedience of beating zombies for many, many hours. And we managed to build, yeah, that's going to go there, drink a little bit of that and jump over to here, just check that, that's still good. We built the excavator. It is early winter, hence why most of the crops are harvested. We need to be aware that there is a creepers up. Where is that one? I see you, sir. Dead. What's this one then? One thing we do need to be aware of now, given the what's the word I'm looking for here? The sheer expense that went into making this particular device here. Oh, it's winter. Oh man, that's going to be a pain, isn't it? Ooh, that is going to be a pain. I wonder whether we can stop that by covering them over. Boop, boop. Now, what happens if I put a block over the top of those? Now, normally, obviously, in traditional, ordinary, everyday Minecraft, we would expect that to not freeze. I'm just going to cover up a chunk of this. Now, there's two options here, because those are going to freeze and potentially not thaw out, but I could replace that water with vanilla water using the bucket, and I'm pretty certain that won't freeze. Alright, that's not a problem, we'll work around it. But yeah, we built this, so the next thing we need to do is we need to work on an output mechanism, because the idea is I want to set this running, I want to chunk load it, which we in fact we will do right now. Do I need to chunk loaded? I don't know whether I may need to chunk load that depending on how much space I need for my water wheels. That doesn't appear to be defrosting, so I think we may need to go with vanilla-y water. And I made a massive hole there. I don't know why I made that hole. There is a creeper somewhere up there. I just can't see him. Where are you, Monsieur the Creeper? Hello. Right. Got a head. How to get ahead of creepering. Anyways, let us not. What? Trying to work out what that is. I have no idea. Anyway, right, let's just try and stay on focus. So this episode we need to do two things. We need to put a system in place that is big enough to collect large quantities of whatever. And bearing in mind that most ores only stack to 32, 16 in fact, sorry, 16. That means that obviously it's going to take 4 slots to take a traditional slot, so 4 of those will be the equivalent of a traditional Minecraft thingy poofer. That in mind, we therefore need to ensure that we are looking, where are we? I'm just trying to get myself there. we are going to try these reinforced blue gem lockers, which takes some steel sheet. So we're going to need to take a couple of pieces of steel to make that. We're going to make 2, so we'll make 4 steel sheets for starters. We have diamonds, that is not a problem. So let us start off with the steel. 1, 2, 3, 4. That will make me 2 sheets. And let's get over here and turn that. I can actually get rid of that now. Let me just check. You've got nothing on, so I think it's this one we use. Try doing it the other way around. Usage. Yeah, blue steel head. Bloop. And we can go plop plop and plop plop. We can also grab that while we're at it, or lose it, as the case may be. I think that's probably, yeah, it's there. Look, I'm not bothered. It's only a great oak chest. It's not the end of the world. Oh, we had a whole load of steel in there as well. It's okay. We actually are pretty rich in steel now. And then we do that, and that should become a plate. Okie dokie. First bit done. Right, the next thing we need is to get the, we should have the diamonds over here, I hope. There we go. 1, 2, shiny blue gems. We're going to need some log. Now I'm going to work on the basis that hopefully that will just work with any log. Things, and we need lockers. Lockers is that and trapdoors. Can't use the verticals. We can use great wood though. Which if I look in here we should have plenty of. So get you done. And yeah, and then just trapdoors, which I presume I'm going to do like that. So 2 of those and those. That gives me that bit, and then couple that up with everything else. So if I now go, hopefully this will work with these ones. If it doesn't, we'll just do the one. Well, it doesn't really matter, I suppose, does it? No. So what's it not like? How do we? Well, it has to be logs. That's, yeah, that's what I'm doing wrong. Okay. Okay, not a problem. We'll grab some logs and we'll try that again. One of those, and those gives me 2 of those, which now we can pick that bit up. Dump all of that. Dump that, and if we have a look at one of those, that's pretty. I mean, what you got there? And 3, yeah, that's 3, 6, 9. That's 3, 6, 9, 12, 13. So, well, if you, we'll get this eventually. So that's basically the same as that, but with more slots. So I'm happy with that. That works. So we got those. Now the other thing we need, probably more than anything, to be honest, I need to do some ice cutting at some point as well, but let's get these put in for now, is water wheels and kinetic generators. Now we know that this is not going to be perfect. That has melted, so we can use covering it. Okay, that's fine then. Lovely. Or at least we should be able to. We've got options. So we know that whatever we do, whether it's water wheels or windmills or a combination of the two or anything like that, is not going to work very well. We also know that uranium, a block of uranium, if we could even get one, which I don't think we can even get to that, because these are just all chiseled. There's no actual uranium. So we can't even do uranium. We can't even do the old thermal. We'd have to use potentially lava and ice, maybe made to do it, but we're not going to get a great rate out of it. We need to get you out of there as well. It's going to be slow, but it doesn't matter, because if that's chunk loaded, I can just go off and go about my merry business for a few days, come back, and all the resources will be waiting for me. That's the idea. So let's start off with water wheels. Water wheels are those. We need to make 3 of those per water wheel, and we need these sticks and planks. First question. Just put that one away for a second. Let's just make sure. I mean, we've got loads of this stuff left, so we're not shy on that. But probably, if I'm going to be honest, we are probably shyer on sticks, to be brutally honest, but we can fix that just with a scythe and our tree farm, and we could also get some charcoal going, because one of the other things we could look at doing, I think we should be able to make a let me try it the other ways. We can make a Stirling generator from Ender.io, which would be an option, or even a Stirling engine from Buildcraft would probably be dangerous. I think they overheat, you need to put water in them, but I think we'd get away with that one. So we could even add that to try getting more juice out of it, because if we're making an awful lot of charcoal, then, you know, this is so relatively, I might actually go for one of those as well. Maybe give it a try in the first instance just to see what it can do. Wrought iron gears. So if I make it, I need a gear metal press, which is going to require me to make a gear in the first place. But that's fine. Let me just go and have a quick peek at this, and I'll be back in a second. Alright, first thing we're going to need is a gear mold, which is going to be that. So it's basically that, and we're going to need a sleeve mold. I'm going to go for a copper one because copper's relatively inexpensive. A tin sleeve, that is, we can get the actual sleeve mold, hang on. Sleeve mold is simple enough. Oh, it says cocking it up. So that's 2. Now we need to obviously make a few more bits. Then I tend to be chomping down on my plates a wee bit at the moment, so I think we'll just go with how many do I need? I need 4 more. Okay, and then that will cook in the background, and we can use that to make the gear mold itself. We do need some loggage. Let me go and grab some and get that cooking. Now the other thing, once we've got all of that, if we go back to our Stirling generator, so we're going to need wrought iron gear. That's fine, we can do that. And that bit we make with that. I think we can actually, can we not? Is there not a way to? We can put wrought iron through with the gear. So we make 1 gear with 4 steel plates. Okay, that's absolutely fine. What was I doing? Logs. So I'll get those 4 steel plates going. I'm going to take a stack of logs and stack them up next to the thing, actually, because I'm always doing this. So we stick 4 in, and then we can go boop, and we can also Boop. So that'll be done in a short while. I need to eat and make some steel plates. Anything else we can be pre-preparing? Steam boiler is iron sheets, so we can get those going. We need to be getting on with fire brick. Yeah, I'll get that done. Be back in a moment. These things are actually always more complicated than they need to be, aren't they? Let me just get rid of you for a second. We need to sag mill those down. While we're at it, I better go and put this somewhere. God only knows where. My minerals chest is actually getting quite full of, well, minerals, I suppose. In fact, it's going to have to go in there along with that. So I need to have a little bit of tidy out. My storage is starting to get outgrown, but we've got the pistons, we've got the plates. We're now just hammering out graphite and ultimately then kaolinite to make this stuff. We'll then be making fire brick. I need to check whether I've got concrete. We also need that. That will make me that bit. Lots of fun. We need to check on the brickage because we're going to need those. And then we've just got those bits to do. But it has to be said, this setup makes life so much easier. Even with the weight, I mean, I could speed this up. I could take, for example, I could take the I could make another one of those as well, for that matter. But let's just let's keep it simple, shall we? Take those, and yeah. So once that's done, we can make that. I better go and check. Have I got any mortar to make the actual? I'm going to need a wee bit for those brick blocks as well, I think. Yes, we have. Good, 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 good. So we're also going to need to fire those. That's another job. So it's going to be, I mean, even this is going to take a few days in game time, but we can also get these done now. I'm going to work on the basis that requires 1 ingot of tin, silver, zinc, nickel, tin, and then we want 4 ingots of copper for the other bit. So 1 ingot of tin. Let's pour that out. Waiting for the tin to melt. I mean, I thought tin actually had a fairly low melting temperature, but it seems to be taking. Maybe I'm wrong. I thought tin was reasonably, low comparatively. There's an ingot of tin, so we pour that, and tin sleeve. Excellent. Oh god, we are really running out of space in this, aren't we? And then copper gears. We'll take those. We need to, okay, and then I am gonna have to do some blacksmithing, I think, on this, but I only have to do it the once. Once I've done that, then we can make the gears in the press. Once we've got the gear press, so that's a bonus, I suppose. 1. Oh, it does take it eventually. Okay. 2. 3. Sorry, I've got a midweek convivial drink. That's the word I was looking for. Not convivial. That's completely different. Less flattering in my experience. So we'll pop those in there for now. We shouldn't ever need those again, which is a bonus, but we should be able to combine those. And then let's have a look. Tin and you are going to be welded together. It doesn't give me any indication of temperature. We'll see if they can just go. No, they do need to be heated up. This is going to be entertaining then. Not very entertaining, but entertaining. all the same. So we're going to have to monitor the temperature of these things carefully and pop them out and keep juggling them to stop them melting. We have got ceramic molds, so it's not desperate, but it's going to take a while. And then we need to make the fire brick still. Yeah, that's still a thing. See, the copper's already hot, the tin is only warming. So I'm going to take that out a second. That's hot, very hot. We'll just keep these juggled. I'm also going to pre-fill that so I can just shift click in. Jeez, that's yeah, so as you can see, juggling work. Would not want to do this on a regular basis. I think that's going to have to get to at least probably red. Click that out. Yeah, I'll be back in a second. Alright, we are there, I think. Copper gear, excellent. So take that with that'll give me those, and then we can go and have a look at the usage of that. So 4 ingots of whatever we want to put through will give me those, and this is wrought iron, so we need 8 wrought iron. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we also need to get this lot running for the thing. Okay, let's just go and see. I also need to eat. I'm really not managing my food situation very well here today. So we'll take you off and pop you away. We'll pop those on, and then we should be good to just chuck the wrought iron on, and it goes 1 and 2. Meantime, we grab the kaolinite, we grab the 2 wrought iron gears, and that's that row now complete. Okay, right, I'm just going to go and sort my food out and get these fire bricks done, and I'll be back in a second. Alright, I've just been harvesting the tree farm, and I think what we've got, I've got a good selection of sticks, so what we will do is we'll run another stack of treated sticks because it really doesn't hurt. I do need to reset the tree farm and get it, I think it's not quite done, but that tree farm is such that it does take more than a day to harvest, because you have to get all the straggly blocks and leaves up at the top there, which is a bit of a pain. But but on the plus side, the bricks have been done. What I didn't realise is I'd left the charcoal oven well, for want of a better word, pre-stocked, and yeah, so that turned out handy. We got a whole, I'd say, got a whole load of sticks out of it as well, which also turned out handy. So before we push on with that, I just want to get that charcoal oven running and just reseed the tree farm, and then we'll continue with the plan to build this generator. As you can see, there's a few blocks of weirdness floating in the air there, including all these damn webs. Which, I say damn webs, but I shouldn't complain because it gives us a whole host of interesting things. which I've not really played with at all, to be fair. But we've got these things, so that shouldn't be, these shouldn't be too much of a problem to chop out. And again, we shouldn't complain, it's free stuff, isn't it? Now, can I reach you, and will you take out the entire block? Will you be a good little tree? Almost. Damn it. There. And then there's just those two blocks up there to deal with, and these few bits of cobweb, and we can reseed this tree farm, and we can set that thing running, and the world will be good and happy. Now, the harvest has been good to me, so we really haven't got an issue with logs to set another batch running. Right, let me just come. Can I reach some of you from? I don't think this will work in this version, will it? No. Nope, it will not. So that's fine, not a problem. Just a bit more of a pain because they're spread out, but this one here I need to go up quite high anyway, so we should be able to clear those two and then get up and grab those. Bit more. God, this is terrifying. This is death height for TFC. You really don't want to fall from here. Not if you can help it. So I thought I heard something. It wasn't. It was just me hearing things. Yeah. So we'll get this. As I said, we'll get this done. We'll get it there. Oh God, that sun's right in my eyes. And then we'll head back and continue on with the project at hand. But there's a lot of mate work in TFC. I think everybody who plays TFC knows that it's not afraid to expect you to do things just for the hell of doing them. So replace those, and then we'll do them on this corner. I think doesn't matter which corner they're on, but we want them all on the same one because that is the corner that the spawner will come in under. And plenty of those left. I'm going to keep one of those because I'm not sure whether I'll need it or not for this. Oop, let's have a look, double check. I can borrow that, thank you Trunky. And come on. Is this working? No. Why not? I mean, it's not a problem, we can do it the hard way. It's got all the logs in it, it should just... Why are you not working? Is it because of that? No. Why is that not working? That is weird. That is very weird. It's worked before. I'm positive it did. Nothing's changed. Alright, you know what? I haven't got time to worry about that right now. Let's get on with what we intended to do. Because if I sit there panicking and worrying about things that have no real bearing on the episode, then, you know. As you could see from that chest, we have got plenty of charcoal. So, we were making fire brick blocks with those. I'll leave those in there. Yeah, I've got one too many, that's right. That is correct. And so we can put one of those away. We can jump into here, grab you. You can then become that with those. That gives me two of those, which I only need one. Mortar for the time being goes away. And we needed a couple of those to make this. Steam boiler. Okay. So now the only thing missing is these bricks. Which I'm not sure. We've got plenty. So that should be, I think, everything we need to make the Stirling generator. And then if we go in here and grab two of these LV connections and an LV wire, we should be good to let me go and grab a stack of we'll just grab the one stack of charcoal for the time being. Now this is obviously not a sustainable. I don't think I can do. Can I do anything fancy with you? I can't craft a charcoal block, can I? Can I get a block of charcoal? I don't think I can. Okay, that's fine. What about coal? Can you get a block of coal? Comes from Minecraft coal and TerraFirmaCraft coal. So we can get a block of coal, and there's lots of coal to mine. So that would be an option. Let's just try this. Out, shall we? Now we should see that is climbing. It takes 4,000 and odd RF per operation. So that has just chunked around. If you watch the wheel, it does tick. So that is actually operating. Now obviously it's not doing anything right now. It's going to take a while, and plus it needs to prime. This is your problem with this particular little beastie. It is going to take a hell of a lot of juice, and that does 32,000 RF for 20 RF per tick. Just out of interest, what will you, does it give me any indication? It doesn't. Well, we can leave this running. It's not hurting. But as you can see, the problem we have with that is it's a huge power draw. Now it is designed to run with the biodiesel engines, or the diesel generators, but I think it takes about 4 to get the actual required power, and that's just not a journey I'm prepared to take. Let me stick my flint and steel away. And let's have a look at our immersive. So we've got plenty of you and we've got plenty of you. So I'm going to make, I think is it those? It is, and I need 4 of those per wheel, I believe. So let's And you do, I think it's just 4 of those with 1 of those to get a wheel. Yeah. So I need 3, 6, 9, a minimum of 9, possibly 12 of those. Let me get those done. Alright, so while I'm waiting for some more treated wood to treat, we need to make 4 kinetic dynamos. So we are going to pull those like this. We need to make to make kinetic dynamos, we're going to need 8 wire per dynamo. So this is taking 32 copper. Now, remember all those people that say that I've never run out of copper? Yeah, we're getting close to the wire. There's a pun, you see. Getting close to the wire. I'm making wire. No, not going in there. So this will make the plates, which in turn we will use to make wire, which will in turn make the copper coils. And then have some redstone and steel, and not steel, iron, and we should have kinetic dynamos. So we'll have 4. The idea is 4 of these should produce enough to make that machine run reasonably fast. I think the Stirling generators are, for want of a better word, a Stirling idea, but it's just nowhere near powerful enough to make that do its business. It's just not going to happen. Now the water wheels, of course, are no more powerful than that, but what they do have is they have the advantage that they will, what's the word I'm looking for? They will, it is iron, okay. They will run freely and so therefore cheaply all the time without me having to worry about putting in charcoal and anything else. Now I think if we look at those, we should be able to see that they make a kinetic dynamo with some iron. So I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I need 12 of those, don't I? And some redstone. And we'll check on our thingies, our hooferators. So we take those, and that will make me 4 of those, which is perfect. And I've already got 1 of those, 1 set up. Obviously I'm going to need blocks to do this as well, but so we're going to take 40 out of there, we're going to take 40 out of there, and we're going to take 40 out of there. Armed with what else we've got in here, I think we should have hopefully now got enough to make the remaining 9 water wheels. So I'm going to need 4, 8, 12, aren't I? I think that's right. I don't know why I swapped that, but it one of them things, isn't it? So if I make 12 of those and then just split that like that, that will give me a whole bunch of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, no, it's 4, isn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4. That's, I've done something. 3. Yeah, so it's not 12, it's actually another 24 of those. Okay. Never let it say that my maths is good. Never let anybody tell you that. I don't think I need to reiterate that, do I, really? Oh, that's going to be a pain. Yeah, that is going to be a pain. I haven't quite got enough sticks on me. I've got enough sticks all told. What did I say? 24, didn't I? And then we do that, and that should give me 12 water wheels. Excellent, it does. We're going to need some more LV connectors. We're going to need 3 more of those. The recipe on those is simple. It's copper and hardened clay. I should... Please tell me I've got some somewhere. Please tell me. Okay, let's have a look. Block of clay can be done in a fire pit. Oh god, and then yeah, okay, fine. Not a problem. No, we need that and that. Hang on. Ooh, okay, so the clay goes in these corners. And that will give me 1 block of clay. Now let me just check, that will make 6, so... I think I only need 2 really then, don't I? Yeah, why not? Sod it. We'll just go with that. Right, let me cook those up and I shall be back in a second. Right, one last thing before we go is I want to remind myself how big a space I need to make for these things, because, you know, they're not the easiest of shapes to get. So we have got basically this is the edge. We're going to start 1 here, so we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's a 5 by 5, but with a gap at the end for the 6th. Alright, I think we can handle that. Can I handle getting out of here without injury? Trunk is down there, he fell through the roof. There you go. Come here, mate. Oh no, I didn't want to pick you up. I wanted you to take that, please. Thank you very much. So we're going to need some blocks. We'll grab some stone blocks. I think they're probably as good as anything. And we should have... I don't want to use that because it's a nice buildy block. I'm actually surprisingly put a stone pour at the moment. Take those and that bit of rhyolite. I'm not a big fan of that block anyway. And we could take some granite, and yeah, that should do us, I think. And then we should be able to just run over this way. Now let's go and see how it's been getting on with the Stirling generator. I'm not expecting great things, by the way, at this stage. You know, there's a reason why I'm thinking we're going to have to go down here. This is used thing, and yeah, it hasn't actually mined a single thing, but bearing in mind the first operation or so of this, you can see it's actually scooping gravel. It hasn't actually moved that as this is the first load. Yeah, this is going to be slow, I think. I think we can safely say that. So if I come from here, let me just think this through. If I come, let me get the F9 on. If I start over here at this point, and what I'm going to do, I think we will just use vanilla water. It's going to work. It's better, and it means I can pre-block off this area here with all of this, with these blocks, and then remine them just to get rid of the water block, I suppose. So yeah, let me start and get 1 water wheel in, and then we'll take it from there, 1 water wheel at a time, I suppose, is going to be the secret to this one. And we'll backfill these areas that I'm kind of filling up with other stuff in a moment. But what we're going to do is start here. I'll put see, there's enough room in here to get the entire water wheel in, so I don't think I need to worry about what's going on outside the chunk. But what we'll do is we will use this wood just to block this off, and that will, you know, work well. So I've got a bit of digging to do. Back in a sec. All right, as you can see, the first bits of buckets, so this is just garbage that's coming out right now. There's no ore there. You'll know when it's ore because it changes colour, but it's almost round. We've almost gone through almost half a stack, getting close to, of charcoal just to get to this point, and it really isn't very fast at all. I've got this laid out and I'm just about to go, and I'm sticking my first kinetic dynamo. I believe it's that way around. Let me just check. Let me see. You've got that. That looks to be the correct side. So what we should be able to do is, I'm going to have to just double check that this is deep enough. My biggest concern here is that this is not going to be deep enough. 1, 2, 3. We want one of them. We want one of them, and we want some of that. And we should be able to link these directly over. So we can take that out. We can grab you and just go from there, and we should be able to go from there. Oops, no, we need to put the other. Oh, damn it. Okay, let's try that again. I mean, I could have connected up to that one, but let's just split these up, shall we? Get as many inputs as possible. From, oh, okay, fine, you remembered. There. Oh, like that is it. Right, okay, that's not a problem. It's not a problem. There's no such thing as problems, there's only solutions. What we shall do, for starters, is we will leave that in. We can always break that out later. Get rid of those. And we should. Oh, no, that's not. Damn it. I think we do need to go one deeper. So let's get that done. I think that should be alright. That should turn. But we do need to be one deeper. So, in fact, we'll make sure that this is done properly. And then we'll worry about connecting up the connections once we've got this done. So the idea is that we'll put the water in and we'll come in over this way and round. And we're going to need to stick another ladder in there temporarily while we do that. And I'm not really worried about the walls being, you know, decorated or anything. It's just, there we go. We're stuck. Oh, damn it. Okay, that's a problem. Minor problem, but it's a problem all the same. I can't. Oh, damn you. This is going to be the fun bit, of course, isn't it? Because now we can't afford to fall down there. Well, actually we can, because what we can do is pop you in there. I think we're going to need to come up a level. And across at that. And again, we'll come back to the connection in a moment. We'll just get this working if we can. Up. Oh, is that blocked? No, that is definitely turning. So the next stupid question is, if I do that, how am I going to do this? Think. Definitely turning, that's all good. Right, let me just continue on with this. I'm just going to have a little think about this problem, how I go about connecting these up. Because what I really want to do probably is do this under here. Yes, that would make sense, wouldn't it? If I do this under here, then we can bring the wire out and maybe come to a point down, because we're going to have another point down here. If I were to connect them all up to a single point under here, that might work. I'm not sure exactly. Yeah, let me look at this back in a sec. Alright, I've connected one up, and as you can see, it's actually running a little bit faster now. Now, ultimately, this thing is, well, you can see it's going up quite a lot faster. Again, we're still getting nothing out. I think that might not be mine, maybe from the machine, I don't know. But I'm going to need more wires to do this, because we're going to need to basically bring them under and across like that and daisy chain them in. Yeah, and I need to eat. So let me just get all of the wires done, and the connectors done, and all of the other stuff done, and I shall be back in a sec. Alright, I've got 2 wired in at the moment, and it's ticking along reasonably well. I've just been back and fed and made some more wire and things. I've got another one ready to wire in, but if you look here, that's our first ore. There's another ore coming there. So once we've got through that bucket and that bucket, which is just dirt and gravel, then we're on to the good stuff. So we can hook that up like that. We should now find that we've got 3 of these running, so it is, comparatively speaking, considering we're running it on low voltage technology, hammering along. This is nearly empty, and we'll take this out the equation once that's done. So the only thing left to do now is this last water wheel, which should be relatively straightforward. I mean, I'm kind of collecting these stones because I'm going to want some of this for later stuff, just to tidy up in here. But once we've got this in, we can, because obviously here is where the motor's going. We're going to take you out as well and just replace that with something solid. It doesn't have to be, it's just, you know, a little peculiarity of mine. Now I do need to get out of here. I'm going to lock myself out, so I suppose the simplest things to do here is just jump up, get in there, grab that. There you go, rich limonite. There's our first ore. And as you can see, we've got, that looks like, not sure, it could be gold, could be anything really. We'll find out. That's more limonite, more limonite, more limonite. There's something else coming there. So it takes a while to get up to speed, but once it has got up to speed, oh boy, does it work well. So we need to go down another 2 layers. And I've kind of developed a trick for getting in and out of here. I'm not going to bother with these now. I don't think I'll need that much. And if I do, I can always go back and grab it. So now we are 3 down. We're going to take out. Hey, oi! No, that was naughty. In the extreme. Right, we're going to plug that off with this. I'll leave that there for now because that would actually will make life a lot easier. We're going to go 1, 2. It does that every time. It's like a. Now I can't. Now I can't move, so I've got to take this one out. Come back here. Place it. I should then be able to seal that one. I can come through here and seal that one. I can come through here and seal that one and then just swim back up to the surface. See? Flawless. And then we just need to come around here and this way. I'm going to take that, we're going to pop one of you here and here. Going to hook this one up from there to there, from there to there. I'm so glad we're not in the newer versions, because we wouldn't be doing that in the current version of Immersive. We'd have to be using connectors and all sorts of weirdness, and you know, yeah. So then pop the water in. That's 4 water wheels running an excavator, which so far has produced 4 heavy limonite, and sulfur is the other thing we're getting out of that. But with 4 on it, that's actually not bad at all. So now we should be able to come back here and get a screenshot. And I'm not sure, I've got no idea how long this episode has been going on for, by the way. I apologise if it's over long, but I did want to get this thing done. So yeah, because we've been at this for a while now, and what I would like to do is run off and just, you know, maybe go and mine some copper because I really have hammered out my copper supplies there. But we've got quite a lot of gubbins here, which some of this we need to get rid of. Like, I don't need the dirt, I don't desperately need gravel or that. I will keep the sand, I think. In fact, let me just get rid of those, and then I can just empty this out properly, can't I? And I don't really need those either. So that should allow me to pick up everything in there. We can sort that back to there, and let's see how this runs for the next episode. But just with that, if I take this out of the loop, you know, it should still be reasonable. This is only doing 20 RF per tick after all, whereas I think these things are probably producing closer to this 40 to 60 RF per tick each. So yeah, all good. Thanks for watching, guys. Till next time, I will see you soon. Bye for now.